there's some nice astro indicating positive developments in your home and family situation, and the need to be active and visible doing your job, as well as some downtime at the end of month. Let's get into it. I am Nadia, the astrologer for people who do not necessarily believe in astrology, but who love hearing their monthly forecasts, and this is yours for September 2025. First off, right on the very first day of September, Saturn, the planet of hard work, self-control and consequences, will return to Pisces for a few months. It spent almost 2 years here already, but entered the fiery sign of Aries for the summer. Now it's back into Pisces again to finish some things up and enter Aries for good in February 2026. So this is like you start a project and then it turns out that you first need to return to where you worked before and finish something there before you can finally focus on the new thing that you just started working on. That's Saturn now. As it entered Aries, it tried to focus on the area of your life where you create joy. It's art, romance, child making, parties, shopping, games. So if during the summer you got the idea of getting serious about something that belongs to those joyful activities, take it slow. Saturn is back to Pisces, to your area of home and family, and you would probably have to take some responsibility there, perform, decide something, or face the consequences of your previous actions. You have a few months to do that, so start thinking. Now to Mercury. It enters the sign of Virgo on the 2nd of September and will speed through it in just 16 days, which time you'd better use, like I said, to be visible, doing your most official job, especially the communication. So it's a good time to make an official presentation, to hold meetings, to publish things, make announcements, sign papers, or issue new documents. Mercury will help your thinking, but it will also make sure that your voice is heard, that your official message is received, that your words are timely and efficient. Before we come any further, by now you probably know it pays to watch the forecast for both your sun sign and your rising sign. As good as that is, it still will not be able to show how the transits that we are talking about are affecting the other important points in your natal chart, like your Venus or your midheaven. It will also tell you nothing of how your own progress chart is unfolding, which is basically your individual astrological developmental plan. That's the kind of deeper personal layer I cover in private readings, and you can book one with me through the link up here and below in the description. And now back to your month ahead and to Pisces, where Saturn is now residing. Another Pisces event of the month is the full moon on the 7th, that dubs as the total lunar eclipse. So the normal, usual full moon functions as a spotlight, illuminating the current state of affairs in the area that the sign rules in your horoscope. Eclipses are more like catalysts. They pick up the fateful currents and speed them up. And this one is aspected by Jupiter, so it has the potential of being generous, and it's also not just fateful but future oriented. So it may speed up some fateful developments that have to do with your home and or family situation that Saturn wanted you to work on. If you know what that is, great, make some movements here. But do not try to control everything. If you don't know what that is, give it time. Sometimes we're not able to classify things correctly until a few days after they have already happened. So it may just happen that you will think back on the days surrounding this eclipse later in September and will then understand what that was about. Next up, we have Mercury. It's sped through Virgo, where it helped you with your official business, and on the 18th it's entering the next sign of Libra. This is your area of communities, networking, and your hopes and ambitions about your future. So Mercury here can help you network and socialize, maybe envision something for your future, but there is nothing truly grandiose in here yet. There will be a new moon in Libra in October, and that one would be the one for you to define the strategy for the year ahead in terms of who you are hanging out with and what you are working towards. In contrast to that, now it's just information gathering. So maybe getting in contact with some communities or groups you are curious about, going to maybe 1 or 2 events, but nothing to commit to yet. Venus is spending the first almost 2/3 of the month in the sign of Leo, which rules everything that expands your horizons or everything that you do to expand the other people's horizons. It's learning and teaching, it's science and culture and travel and international affairs. So until the 19th, you would be able to do all of that with more flair, fun and pleasure, and to look good when you're doing it. And also women, especially charismatic, powerful and attractive women, may be of help to you in these areas, like a professor woman or a publisher, that sort of thing. After the 19th, Venus is in the next sign of Virgo, and for you this is what you do in your most official role. So dress for the job you want to have, but also just try to embody Venus more when you're official. Don't just look good, but try to convey some of the ease, the pleasure. Venus in Virgo is not the bombshell in champagne kind of girl, but she knows how to enjoy life on a daily basis without compromising what she does professionally. She's also really, really specific with her compliments. So again, if you're a boss, look nice and be nice to people who work for you, but also be specific about your compliments. The new moon on the 21st of September also falls in the sign of Virgo, and it would have been a great time to plan something professional for the year ahead, except we already had a new moon in Virgo last month, and this one is actually a solar eclipse and one that's more about finishing things up. Well, what are you supposed to finish? Should you quit your job, abdicate? I mean, this is also in the cards, but more likely than that, an important factor will have something to do with your home and family, with where you live or lived, where you want to live, how your relatives are doing, what you have to deal with because of them, where you came from. Take that seriously, and on the days surrounding the new moon/eclipse in Virgo, in all things official, just do what needs to be done considering it. On the 22nd, Mars, the planet of action and drive and adrenaline, will move into Scorpio, where it will become stronger but less available to you, Sagittarius. Secretive planets in Scorpio are hidden, or at least half hidden from you, so it's best if the things that require decisiveness and courage and strength you will have completed before the 22nd, and that after that you take a break. That would be a good time for taking some time off, or for taking a sick leave, or for staying where you are and just taking it easy, not taking on anything that you haven't already agreed on, like a holiday on the job. I'm saying this because Mars will still be in Scorpio for all of October as well, and I doubt that most of us can have a holiday this long. So just don't ask too much of yourself. Coast, know that November and December will be the months where you will have to be quite active. If this resonated, consider subscribing to be notified when the next forecast comes out, and have a beautiful September, Sagittarius.